Hello everyone, welcome to the Viral Report. I'm Lamar. Alright, so if it's your first time here, I want you to hit that like, share, and subscribe button for me, alright? Because this is where it goes down, right here, weekly, on the Viral Report, okay? Alright, so if you have not been watching the Wendy Williams show or even paying attention, Wendy kicked off this week by shading and hating on Meghan Markle and offending people in Africa. And fans of the show were not happy with her commentary or her jokes. Now, what exactly did Wendy do? Well, we'll first start with Meghan Markle because it all ties in, okay? All right, so after Wendy wrapped up her segment congratulating Nicki Minaj on her petty new marriage, she ended the next segment explaining Meghan Markle's recent interview with a British journal where Meghan talked about her recent struggle or her continuing struggle with the British paparazzi bashing her, which I think is more of the royal family or perhaps William and his wife Kate that's behind that, you know, but hey, that's another video because if you don't know or have not been paying attention, Prince Harry and Prince William, they're not on the best terms right now. And it's all stemming from their wives. All right, but like I said, that's another video. However, Wendy was not having it with Meghan's comment and her playing, basically ignorant in Wendy's mind to not knowing that she'll be a big deal in the British press once she hooked up with Prince Harry, let alone married him. And she even hinted that there was something fishy and not right about Meghan Markle.
Or Meghan's lying to try to give sympathy, for us to give her sympathy. Anyway, and the weird thing about this interview that she did, she's standing up the whole time. Like there's no chair, there's no shade. Like she's standing the whole time in a trench coat interviewing. So it's kind of awkward. Anyway, take a look.
I had no idea, which probably sounds difficult to understand here, but when I first met my now husband, my friends were really happy because I was so happy, but my British friends said to me, I'm sure he's great, but you shouldn't do it because the British tabloids will destroy your life. And I very naively, I'm American, we don't have that there. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not in tabloids. I didn't get it.
Yes, you did. You knew exactly what you were doing. And I applaud her plotation on the royal situation. But please, don't try to garner sympathy from us. You knew what you were doing.
So y'all just seen that clip of Wendy Williams talking about Meghan Markle, and the hate was real strong towards Meghan, which doesn't surprise me because if you're a black topic on her show and you have anything black in your genetic makeup, Wendy will shade and talk down on you in a heartbeat, all while praising her white topics, which I'll do a small breakdown, a comparison breakdown in a future video on that particular topic there. I think Wendy was hating because Meghan seems to be really enjoying her marriage outside of the paparazzi. And Wendy is a very petty individual who doesn't like Meghan's rise from the streets of Crenshaw to being on the TV show Suits and trying to audition on her show as a Wendy model, and then instantly becoming this Duchess of Sussex. She doesn't like that. And if you didn't catch that part, they had fans ticked off where she suggested Kate, Harry, and their baby purchase a big hut in a country somewhere in Africa, basically generalizing that Africans live in huts. Again, trying to be funny to appease her white female audience.
Harry and Meghan have nothing to lose by moving to America. Move to America, and live part-time in Africa like you want to do. You have to still go back to England. The thing about moving to America is you're really kicking the royal thing out of your life. So have a place in all three places. Have a mansion in Malibu, a big hut, or I've never been to Africa, I don't know, or a big hotel or wherever you're gonna live in Africa, and then have your royal palace-esque type place in England. I really do like them.
But her, there's something about her.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what, Meghan? Meghan, don't be surprised that the paparazzi are everywhere. Of course, because you're now a royal.
are some countries in Africa where people live in huts. That's just not the case for most Africans. You know, Africans may live in huts, regular houses, or even mansions. You know, there are a lot of rich Africans across the continent of Africa. This is the same type of comments that got Wendy in trouble a few years ago and almost got her show and her sponsors pulled. If you recall back in 2016, when she made ignorant comments about HBCUs and the NAACP, the backlash was so strong regarding her comments, Roland Martin had to pay a visit to her show to educate a smart and highly successful college-educated black woman on why her comments were offensive to her own community. Take a look at this.
I would be really offended if there was a school that was known as an historically white college. We have historically black colleges. What if there was the National Organization for White People only? There's the NAACP, National. By the way, what is the C? Colored? We're still using colored? Like, I get it. Look, everybody's quiet. Okay? You're leaving me out here to hang to dry by myself. One wrong word, I know. I'm choosing my words carefully, but what I'm saying is racism sucks, you know, and we can all do better in our own households, educating ourselves, teaching our children to make it better. National speeches like this will always rub people the wrong way, just like, you know, white people might be offended because Spelman College is, you know, an historically black college for women. You might feel funny about that. I know I feel funny, like I just told you, if there was a white college or whatever, you know,
Wendy, let me help you out. You do realize that the NAACP was founded by a mix of folks who are black and white. You do realize that the first president of the NAACP, Wendy, was white. And also, you can go down the line, the treasurer, again, the chairman of the executive committee, they were white, born out of the Niagara movement. If you actually bother to read something, you would realize that. It's called the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. White folks have always been members of the NAACP. Always. But let me deal with HBCUs. First of all, historically black colleges and universities, Wendy, was a federal designation given in 1965 to recognize these historical universities. They are historical universities. Now, one of the reasons why you don't have historically white universities is because we just simply call them universities. The fact of the matter is, you can go around the country and you'll see universities, Wendy, that are 70, 80, 90, 95% white. We live in a world where, frankly, we have set apart if you're black. You've never heard somebody say Hillary Clinton met with a group of white pastors. No, because they simply say pastors. But they'll say she met with a group of black pastors. Because what is mainstream has always been white in America, Wendy. You should know that, right? Because you do know that for your show, you do know that you go to black ad agencies, which are different from ad agencies. You've always seen that level of separation, Wendy. But you should also know that because your ratings, they separate your black female viewers from female viewers. So it's finally interesting how you can somehow criticize that.
Thank you for accepting my invitation. I called Roland over the weekend because I saw you, well, we already talked about this. I saw the rant. I wanted to reach out. I've never been scared, you know, to face being wrong. And we were talking on the phone for so long that I said, well, just come to the show. Come to educate us all. So first, I want to apologize. I want to apologize to everyone that I might have offended regarding my remarks. You know, apology, and I was wrong.
See, pandering will have you backtracking and apologizing to save your bag. And let's be honest, that's all Wendy was doing in that clip, was apologizing to save her bag. You know, she was not apologizing to the black community, because when you study Wendy Williams' pattern and her behavior, you know, you can tell that she's not the type of person that's just going to apologize to the black community. Oh, well, she'll fold her arms and purse her lips and roll her neck or whatever she wants to do. You know, but she's not going to apologize to the black community. She was apologizing to Denmark Mercury, you know, the people who own her show. That's who she was apologizing to. She wasn't apologizing to the black community back then. And she had Roland Martin on her show to just die down the controversy, you know, and to appease her advertisers and those sponsors so they don't flee, because they were fleeing. I really think that she has, you know, issues from her childhood and having black friends, which is why she's always bashing and talking down on black people when they come up in her topics on her show. You know, and I'm willing to bet her show is heavily watched by more black women than any other group of women. You know, so look, I want to know what you all think about this crazy commentary that Wendy had regarding Meghan Markle. Do you agree with Wendy, or do you think she was just hating on Meghan and Harry's marriage? Do you agree with Wendy's comment regarding Meghan and her husband and how they should just purchase a hut in Africa somewhere? Let me know in the comment section below. Oh man, we about to get this party started. If you made it this far in the video, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe, like, and that notification bell. It ain't a party until you subscribe. I love you for watching, and I'll see that beautiful face in the next one.